Hi everybody, this is Roger Sakach. I wanted to introduce you today to my natural gas property calculator application that does rigorous calculations of gas PVT properties. This is the input screen, and you can see that you can input the compositional analysis of your gas. In this particular example that I wanted to show you, I've already selected a gas composition. For example, I've got 77% C1 and some H2S and CO2 and nitrogen parameters. You can see that the application has the ability to make adjustments for non-hydrocarbons and also does a few different viscosity calculations. For this particular example, I'm using 180 degrees Fahrenheit and reservoir pressure of 3250 psi, as you can see in the yellow boxes. We're going to be drawing some graphs here, and we're going to be using a maximum pressure of 10,000 psi, and later on we'll be doing a volumetric calculation which assumes an abandonment pressure of 500 psi. So for now, let's accept those, go update and calculate, and then show the results. The next screen shows us the results of our calculations, and you can see from this screen that we have a calculated gas gravity about 0.77. We have estimates of the molecular weight, the density at standard conditions. We summarize the corrected and uncorrected pseudocritical pressures and temperatures. We show the Z factor and a variety of other calculations. Let's do some volumetric calculations right now, just with some typical numbers here. So 20% net pay, a section of area, a porosity, and a selected water saturation. Let's click Calculate Volumetrics, and you can see we calculate the original gas in place, and at that assumed abandonment pressure of 500 psi, we estimate a recovery factor of 86%. Let's now hit the Plot Z button, and you can see a graph of Z versus pressure. And if you come up at about 3250 psi, you will see that same Z that we saw on the previous page. We can also click the gas formation volume factor and show a gas expansion of over 200 standard volumes per reservoir volume, and we can show the gas viscosity here versus pressure, the gas compressibility shown on a semi-log plot versus pressure, and finally the pseudo pressures if you want to do some well test analysis. We can also tabulate the information here. First of all, we'll select the pressure interval that we want to show it. Let's say 50 psi for a delta pressure for our tabulated parameters. Simply hit the calculate key, and then we get a number of those previously discussed parameters. This box is fully accessible. You can zoom in, slide up, slide down. You can also take a copy of any of that information inside and paste it into a spreadsheet. It will parse automatically, and you can very easily draw your own graphs if you wish. From the same box, we can go back to any of the graphing techniques, or finally go back to that main box and make some adjustments to our input parameters. Here is how you gain access to the app. It's on the Microsoft App Store. Take a look at this.